Today we're learning a very cool song called Star Witness by Neko Case off Fox Confessor Brings a Flood. Fantastic album. If you've never checked that out, definitely listen to that. Make sure you click the link below because I'm going to have the chords for everything we're doing here. And it's really great because it has a riff and a really cool chord progression with some variations. So we're going to go over the gist of it. And it's going to sound like this. So, amazing song, really cool, goes a lot of different places, great song educationally, just to kind of see the variations you can make to different chords to make an impact, and again, starts with a fun riff. So, it's all based around this D major chord, middle finger, 2nd fret on the high string, ring finger, 3rd fret on the B string, pointer finger, 2nd fret on the G string. So, we're going to strum through this chord, then we're going to open up the E string, pluck the B string, and then pluck the G string. So it's really just a D to a D suspended 2, if you want to look at it that way, but... And then I think it sounds cool acoustically. Again, this is, you know, when you listen to the song, the album version, this is the main line for the electric guitar, but we're doing an acoustic version of it, so we're just incorporating that. And then I'm just kind of strumming it. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and because this is the waltz. This is in 3/4 time signature. So if you want to strum it, we'll talk more about the strumming in a minute. But we're going to add the strumming to the riff. Great. Easiest chord in the book, G major 7, underutilized. All you have to do is hold down the 2nd fret of the high strings in F sharp, and then play the bottom 4 strings. If you want to play like a full G major 7, there's a lot of different voicings for it. This is the easiest one. Just don't hit the low E and A strings. G major 7 with that F sharp on top, 2nd fret, right? To E minor. Okay, so when I'm strumming it, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and E minor. Okay, and again, I'm just middle finger 2nd fret of the A string, ring finger 2nd fret of the D string to get that E minor. So, the main riff. D major, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, G major 7. E, F sharp, G. And this is kind of a segue into the chord progression, okay? So again, like I said, this chord progression has some variance to it. That's why I'm linking you to the chords in the link below. But the majority of it is going to sound like this. Okay, that's the first 4 chords, all right? We have a D to an F sharp minor to a G, back to a D. Now sometimes I personally play F sharp minor as the F sharp minor 7 just because I think it's a lot easier. But again, technically it's a full F sharp minor, however you want to play it. But we have this D. I'll do the easy version of F sharp minor. You can look up whatever F sharp minor that fits your journey if you want to. But this one's going to be the easiest one. Middle finger, 2nd fret on the low E string, skip the A string, ring finger 2nd fret on the D string, pinky, 2nd fret on the G string. So D, 1, 2, 3, F sharp. The nice thing about this is it goes really nicely into a G major chord. So this is an efficient way to do it because if we have, there's our D major. Now with this F sharp minor, again, 2 E, no A string, 2 G, 2 D, and 2 G. Your middle finger just pops down one for the root note of the G major chord. And then you'll notice my ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string, however you want to play a G major chord. But the reason I have my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, as compared to the high E string maybe, is because it's a lot easier to transition to that D major chord, right? So D, F sharp, slide into G, back to D, to B minor, G, E minor, to G, to D. Okay, so let's go over the rest of these chords. We have the first set of 4, D, F sharp, G, D. Next we have B minor, everybody's favorite. I know you love B minor. 2A, ring finger, 4, D, pinky, 4, G, middle finger, 3, B. Again, bar chord. Bar chords can be tough. You know, one tip, you don't have to bar anything to play it like this. You don't need the high E string here. You can always play like an A minor 2 frets higher to get a B minor, an idea of a B minor, right? That would be, so D, F sharp, G, B, A minor 2 frets higher. Didn't sound so bad, so that's kind of a replacement for a B minor if you want to play it that way. But yeah, technically it's a B minor to a G, and then we're gonna walk it back to E minor and go to G before we get to the D, right? So B minor, G, hitting that F sharp along the way, then back to G, and then D. Now, the first variation I do want to spend some time talking about before we get to the next part is that B minor to G. The first verse, it goes back to E minor and then to G and D. The important thing is the second verse, where it goes from B minor to G, then B minor back to G, and then the best part of the... Okay, so sometimes you'll notice that she goes and she stays on that B minor to G for a little bit longer, which is really just expert songwriting by Neko Case. Really such an incredible, underrated artist, in my opinion. So let's talk about just going from a B minor to a G, back to B minor to G, and then we're eventually gonna walk it back to G. So all that is where we have a B minor, open the root note, and get it to G. Rolled off in a crooked line. Right, so it kind of matches what she's singing at the time. And then it goes to the D. Right, so every verse will eventually settle on this D chord. Sometimes, again, look at the chords and the lyrics just to help you remember where that B minor is going. But it's always going to end up on the D major chord. And then the most signature, I think probably the most signature part of this song is this chord. What is this? So if we have a D major chord, and you take your pointer finger, which again, the root note of a D major chord is open D. The 5th of a D major chord is an A, G string, G, G sharp, A, where your pointer finger is. We're actually gonna flatten the 5 here. Okay, so on its own, it sounds kind of bad, right? It's called a tritone, or a diminished chord, maybe. And really, it's just a variation of this D major. Best way to remember that is just drop the 5, the A, to make it an A flat or a G sharp, right? And then we can kind of go back to the intro, which is really essentially the chorus of the song. G major, 7, E. Bum 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 ba da dum bum bum ba dum. Walking it to the G. The G always sets D up. go back into the verse. However you want to play it. Sometimes it's the B minor to a G and then straight on home. Other times it's back and then the root note, open A string to G. Okay, so a couple different variations, but that's essentially the main, the meat and potatoes of that song. The only thing at the very end, there's a tastefully placed E major at the end, but that's the only other chord you ever need to do this entire song. And it's really it's a fun one because it's a challenge more conceptually as far as having the chords move with the song. It is a great song as far as it's very easy to play, but it's really a fun one to kind of really roll your sleeves up and get into because there are subtle changes that aren't difficult, but you have to remember. So it kind of forces you to think about it in real time while you're doing it. And again, like I said, just an amazing artist. Great song. Definitely check this out. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Make sure you click the link below to grab the chords for this. Let us know what other songs you want to hear, maybe other Neko Case songs. Again, because there is really a lack of Neko Case knowledge out here on the internet that I'm happy to fill for any of you guys if you're interested in. And make sure to click on the other videos around here by myself and other great instructors on the Guitar Control channel. So definitely let us know what you want to see more of, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot.